Mahesh asks, how can a startup know if they are doing the right business or not?
So I feel the startups must always see that the startup they are doing is in sync with their personality or not. Because generally what I see here is that, they see that, Flipkart has done something, they've got some funding, or Zomato has done something and they've got some funding. And then people go after that funding and say that, so we can also make something like that, and we can also do something like that. So they run after the money and the VC funds, and I think that's not the game. And I think, the startup should always think about, the person should always think about what personality they have and what business would suit their personality. But now the question becomes, how do you find the personality that you are, and how do you form a business around that? So very simple is that, the first thing you can do is just make 3 columns in a paper and write down in the first column your skills. So everybody has some skills, so you just write down some skills. And then in the second column you write down your interests, and in the third column you write down your hobbies. So there's a difference between interest and hobbies. So interest is something which you take some time out for and you enjoy, where you want to do, you want to relax or something, so you enjoy something, like you like to listen to music, so that's your interest. But in a hobby, after pursuing a hobby, you make something tangible out of it. Something like, if you draw, so if you paint, so after painting you have something tangible, that is called a painting. After stamp collection, you might have a stamp collection, stamp book, album, something like that. It's a tangible thing. So, and also never underestimate and your hobbies, interests and skills. So when we are talking about hobbies, interests and skills, we are not talking about just the business aspect of it. So we are talking about the complete personality. And why am I emphasizing on this is, people think that, when we are talking, we are going to form a business around our personality, so they must tell us, or they must tell themselves, or write down while they are doing this exercise, only the professional skills, like paper presentation, like speaking in the public. So these are skills, definitely, and we want them also. But if you can cook well, that's a skill. If you are a very good driver, then that's a skill. So you never underestimate things that you have. So you write down these 3 columns: skill, interests and hobbies, and then you make triads of them, that you include 1 skill, 1 interest and 1 hobby, and then you form a habit out of it. Just like, see, I'll tell you that if you have a skill of talking, if you can talk in public, or you can make very good videos. So, and if you have a interest in watching YouTube a lot, and you have a hobby of collecting books, or you have a hobby of collecting recipes. So what you can do is, so if I'm a good talker, and if I like watching videos on YouTube, and I collect recipes, or something, books on recipes, then I can form an action point which says that I'm going to make videos on different recipes, or maybe review different books on recipes, or cook the recipes and then review on a video how different recipes are coming out. So that way I'm combining 1 skill, 1 interest and 1 hobby, and making a triad out of it. I must warn you, a lot of crazy stuff is going to come out, and you're going to think that a business cannot be formed around this thing. But that's the thing. So you must understand that a lot of people must be having these hobbies, interests and skills, but the way in which you are connecting all of them, you might be the only person on the earth who's connecting them in this way, and that gives you immense advantage over all the other people. If you do this, my friends, after this you just have to turn this passion of yours into something which is solving somebody else's problem. If you are writing some recipes, or you're making blogs out of recipes, then you're solving a lot of housewives' problem of understanding that what to make in the breakfast, or what to make for the kids, or what to make in the evening. You're solving their problem. This is a business. You're solving somebody else's problem. There are only two ways of making money. Either you solve a very small problem for a very large number of people, or you solve a very big problem for a very small number of people. So this is the business model concept. But by making a triad, you're solving somebody else's problem, and because you're solving somebody else's problem, they are very thankful to you, and they pay you, and because they pay you, you like what you're doing even more, and because you like it even more, you become better at it, and because you become better at it, then you are able to solve their problem, your target audience problem, even much in a more effective way. And because you are able to solve their problem in much more effective way, they pay you even more, and because they pay you even more, you like it even more. So you see, the circle keeps on going. This circle will never end, and the money is going to keep on coming always.